Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cloud's Best Shinobi, and we are back with another reaction, bro. Today we are watching Rings of Power episode 7. Pretty sure this is the season finale. Sadly, because I want more Middle Earth. I want more, bro. Like, I've been waiting so long to have a new Middle Earth thing to come out, and this came out, and it feels like it's over already, bro. It doesn't even feel like we've been here for 2.5 months, um, or a month and a half. It just feels like we just started, and kind of sad that season 1 is already over, and I'm gonna have to wait for season 2 to get more Middle Earth, you know, and all that. But without further ado, let's hop right into the reaction, bro. Make sure to grab your blankets, get nice and cozy, and let's enjoy it, bro. That was actually so creepy. What the heck? That was actually a perfect opening for an episode called The Eye. The fact she not dead is crazy. Mount Doom, bro. We really just experienced the awakening of Mount Doom. Man, somebody put the horsey out. Huh? They were literally just having a good time, bro. Celebrating a victory. I wonder where Theo and Brown are. Oh wait, no, I still can't remember the elf's name. Okay, Theo is alive. Oh, is Brown dying? Oh.
You hurt?
He said a woman was crying or something. I thought he saw it, and then he let out a big old mother scream, bro. This is actually terrifying. Oh, that's a sealed door. Oh, bro.
Soldier, he's gone. The roof's about to come down.
Bro, imagine how hard it is to breathe in all of this, bro. There's literally no pure air right now. There's nothing but debris and fire and smoke. Like, taking a breath must be painful as hell. Is this when she dies? Is this why her father said not to go? Kill her. He saved her. We're back with the hot. We are. No one's gonna help her carry that? I'm like, bro, there's literally 2 people helping this crippled man walk while she's pulling that big old wagon. The heck? I will admit, at first watching the show, it didn't feel like Middle Earth at first. I'm not gonna lie, but the last few episodes have definitely given me Middle Earth vibes, so I'm happy about that.
Only to wake again when a new evil is
Completely
rising.
what he missed what he said. My fault. You can't blame, bro. Stop being superstitious, bro. Just because he's around doesn't mean it's happening, bro. It's not his fault. There's literally a dark battle going on right now. And y'all worried because y'all seen a human that it's his fault.
Brandyfoot, your friend up there.
Much for it.
Okay.
It's my rude of us to ask more, Alvin.
What was I about to say, bro? Because the way when he said that, the camera panned towards him. I thought they were kind of implying unintentionally that it was his fault.
What's he muttering? Likely little words, so the tree will understand.
Is it finna explode? Or is he reviving it? Don't go near it. Don't go near it. No, not even finna blame him, bro. Now they're finna blame him, bro. Literally, no one asked y'all to sit there and watch him do that. Weirdos, bro. That's why the last episode was so good, because they didn't show these stupid hobbits, bro.
And so we offer something sacred in return. In exchange for access to your mithril mines and timber from the elder forests of Eriador for the next 5 centuries.
5 centuries is crazy.
I see you've learned a few words of Stone Tongue.
Stone Tongue.
Tell me,
Is that what
why
dwarven
should we
language is
trust
called?
any elf?
For I am no common elf, but Elrond half-elven. And I see in elves that which they cannot see in themselves.
But who's making the promise? You or the king? Because this is a
For you to
promise
save my
that
people.
the king can make. I mean, the king did send him there to save his people. Boy, happy?
I
No.
will speak to my son now.
Oh. I ain't trying to be picky, but you'll think he have a much better crown than that. All the jewels they be finding in there, bro.
What is to be your answer, Father?
Actually, now that I think about it, most of the stuff is just gold.
It is said that when Aule created our people, fire and rock, the rock that lives within us hungers for the eternal, resisting the pull of time. But the fire embraces the truth that all things must one day be consumed and fade away to ash.
Father.
We do not dig in earth that cannot support it, delving into depths beyond the darkness, tempting shadow, rock, and mine to bury us all beneath the mountain. I will not risk dwarven lives to help the elves cheat death.
Cheat dead?
He's so smart, though. He knows what he's doing, and they don't believe him.
Friend is drowning. You expect me to swat his hand away because you're afraid of a bloody rock?
They literally keep digging in the bell rock. They're gonna run into the bell rock. Like, they don't know that, obviously, but he still doesn't want them to dig deeper. Because it could make the mountain unstable.
He's right.
You're not thinking of letting this happen.
Dang, shorty.
You said the other dwarf lords were open to the proposal. If we reopened the mine ourselves, perhaps we could force your father's hand.
He's more than just my father, Disa.
The nigga is the king.
He's our king.
All right, fine. I shouldn't have said he had lice in his beard or called him a fool.
Yeah, that's crazy. Lice is crazy.
No, I detest it when you heap slag on my mother.
Well, in your mother's case, she actually does have lice in the king.
We'll dig the mine.
Gil-galad must be informed. He will no longer be a king. For there will no longer be a Lindor.
So this is goodbye then.
I wonder why
We
we
do not
haven't
say
seen his kids. Is it because they don't know how they would look, or they just don't want to waste time on CGI?
Are you?
Means more than simply farewell. It means go towards goodness.
There's no way they're really putting all their faith in Mithril, bro. They should be trying to think of a different way to survive. They're literally elves, bro. Like, there has to be another answer besides Mithril to counter darkness. Oh, well, okay. By my beard, the LOTR was telling the truth. I love her eyes, bro. It's like a gold fiery ember, bro. Like, it's beautiful. They're beautiful, bro. Oh, there's a orcs.
We take it back and drive them off.
We have neither position nor reinforcement.
She like, don't touch my brother's knife, nigga.
I won't allow it.
Dang, Galadriel was saying let go. You better let go, buddy. She the main one.
It isn't your fault.
They be trying to fight darkness.
Yes, it is.
I mean, technically it's not. Technically it's the king who didn't listen to you and kind of let this happen. I'm gonna need some action this episode. I'm gonna need some, oh, he was hoping he saw the Sildor. Don't worry, he's alive.
Take my horse.
They don't know how to tell you, buddy.
Captain, Captain, where is he? Where is my son?
They're dead, aren't they? But Undir, my friends, my mother, everyone.
What cannot be known hollows the mind. Fill it not with guesswork.
Hey, man. That's how I am, bro. That hope. Until I see with my own eyes, that hope
Numenor set their
is
camp
all
on
you
that ridge
have to cling on to, bro.
beyond that far peak.
Don't replace
That
hope
is where
with
they shall hide, along with
doubt
any survivors.
or worry. It never works, bro. It just
Your
makes it
mother
worse.
included.
Soldier then.
It can be.
Perhaps we can make one of you yet.
I can't wait till we see the sword that Aragon wields, that Isildur used. This is about the only sword I care about. That and Sting, bro.
Much further until we reach the encampment.
It's just beyond this rise.
Bro, if the orcs attack, they're finished, bro.
How much further until we're clear of this smoke? How long have we been clear of it?
Nearly a mile.
She can't see.
Do you?
Only grey.
Oh, wow.
Keep walking, both of you. Ride my horse. No one need notice.
Oh my god, this episode should be called Tragedy, because Lord. This one tragedy after another.
They call it Greenwood the Great. Keep your head down and your eye on that line of cliffs. You'll find the big folk settlements on the far side. With any luck, the people there can help you find your stars.
That's gotta be Gandalf, bro. No other wizard is close with the hobbits like Gandalf is. That man visits like every day almost. Or at least once a month type. Oh, it's sprouting. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's why I don't like these hobbits. A little incident happened and all of a sudden they want to point blame. Niggas can't even say goodbye, bro. Like, he literally helped y'all keep up. Like, why are y'all being such dicks about everything? Like, is he shunned? Is no one allowed to speak words to him? Like, what is this quietness? Like, at least tell the man thank you.
Should have just stayed on the trail. I saw that star falling. Should have just let us alone. Now I understand. I'm just a Harfoot.
Lost someone close. Them. Kin, I mean.
My brother, Finrod, and my husband,
She was married?
Celeborn, was his name. We
Not
met
to
in a
be
glade of
mistaken with
flowers.
Celebrimbor, right? I wasn't
All seemed
always
so very
aware.
far away then. When he went to it, I chided him. His armor didn't fit properly. Called him a silver clam. Never saw him again after that.
How was he your husband? Oh, the nigga died, huh? My fault.
What you said before, it isn't your fault.
You did not intend for this to happen.
I gave power to the enemy. So that makes me responsible.
Do not take the burden of this day upon your shoulders, Theo.
Galadriel will be preaching, bruh.
How am I to let it go? My home is gone. The design in that.
I cannot yet see it.
I knew they was finna show up. Niggas deep. They chef's kiss though to the costume designer, bro, or the makeup, whoever. They made these orcs look like a nightmare, bro. Oh my gosh, that's the last thing you want to see.
What is it?
They hitting the photo with the ring race. What is it? What do you smell? Men flesh. They've picked up our trail.
Ashes.
Let's move.
Nothing but ashes.
Cause we finna burn these niggas alive. Aha. Nah, imagine.
Rest while you can. We move at first light.
What light?
This dude is so depressing to be around in bad times. Like, people like him are so annoying. Nothing but negativity. Like, I understand everything's going bad, but like, try to look forward. Don't bring me down to your darkness, bro.
The tremor.
We need to give the rocks time to resettle.
Well, maybe his dad is right, and you stop.
Did in our contest.
We did.
Lost on purpose.
My aim was never to defeat you, but to gain your ear a while longer.
Blast it. I always thought you were mighty dwarvish for an elf.
And you are a rather elvish dwarf, Durin, son of Durin, and son
Scoff,
of...
if you like. The greatest thing a dwarf can do is to be worthy of the name of his father. We have our secret names, for use only amongst ourselves. We reveal them only to family. Wives, parents, sisters, brothers.
And friends.
You save it, Durin. The far side.
So we don't know his true name. Is what I just got from that. No, wow. Nigga, the jackpot. Just keep digging, just keep digging, just keep digging, digging. How much of a jackpot are we talking though? Oh, we talking jackpot, bruh. Oh, wow.
Durin, there is
Enough!
Yeah, exactly. There's enough.
Seize the elf.
We did disobey the king at the end of the day. It's not about the mithril. It's about, one, his word. Two, the mountain, bro. Maybe that's more than enough. You know, put it in places that darkness is growing.
When your mother bore you,
What that mean?
breathing was ragged and dry.
Oh.
A tiny, pitiful sound like scraping chalkstones. After your mother's weeping eyes had found refuge in sleep. And one night, I gazed down on your tiny, naked face. Great grey beard of an old dwarven king, mighty and terrible as an army with banners. Our son would live, and he would move mountains.
How do you expect me to move mountains, Father? If you fall to pieces when I dig a single hole, you suffocate in me any ambition, any thought that does not originate in you.
The iron that must bear the most heavy of burdens must also endure the most rigorous tempering.
Consigning your allies to death is not tempering. Elrond is as much a brother to me as if he'd been fired in my own mother's womb.
Dang.
How dare you invoke your mother's memory to defend your decision to betray your own kind?
No, it's you that's betrayed our kind. You profaned the crown you wear.
What just happened? Did he lose his title as prince?
Not yours anymore.
I was gonna say no one woke her up, but she was up all night working on that thing, wasn't she?
He fixed it.
Yeah. Now y'all gotta go apologize for the third, fifth time.
Mal was saying she's gonna make something called apple sausage. Apple sauce, what I say.
Questions: how do they keep all those apples fresh, bro? I wonder when this first run-in with orcs will be. She ain't waste a second. Who are these people, bro? We need a name by the end of this episode. Where are you going?
He went that way.
What the hell?
Leave her alone!
You heard her. Off with you now.
Be gone!
Fire be gone. I'll still smack you with the stick. Don't get it twisted. Oh, yep, we all know what they finna do. Point fingers and blame. Ooh, where is this at? Oh, this is a Numenorian camp.
No. You're going home. Do you hear me?
That nigga like, my owner not dead, buddy.
Please.
He won't listen to you. He won't listen to any of us.
Should never have pulled the elf on board.
Where's Halbrand? She already know they blaming her for this. I was not expecting this much gore in a PG-13 show, bro. There's no way that's her. Theo.
Theo?
I knew it. My man like, oh, okay. I fought with you too, my boy.
Queen Regent. Is she here?
Yeah, she blind. She blind though.
What of the Southlanders?
One garrison will remain behind to escort them to a safe settlement.
You can't blame her. Regent's father literally told her not to go there. She could have been, it could have been avoided. She decided to go on her own free will. That's one thing I've always, hated about shows in general. How fast people are to point blame.
Do not spend your pity on me, elf. Save it. For our enemies. For they do not know what they have begun.
Spoken like a true queen. She not pointing blame. She know who the real enemy is.
For I, Miriel, daughter of Ar Inziladun, vow this. Numenor will return.
You should be ashamed of yourself, bro.
We'll be ready.
He should be more than ashamed of himself.
Captain.
Nigga dip. Oh, I mean, he does think his son is dead, but like, how do you point that blame towards Galadriel? That doesn't make sense. You would rather stand on your island doing nothing while the rest of the world descends into darkness, hoping you'll stay safe?
Stand up. Let me gather what we can.
Like, that's not how you make allies, nor keep your allies that you already have.
Don't let this spin to your spirit. It'll be all right.
Don't lie to her, Largo.
Dang.
Give us a moment to weep.
Weeping? Is that all you think we have left in us? We're Harfoots. But there's one thing we can do, I warn. Better we stay true to each other. And we just keep walking.
Sorry. Where are you going?
My friend. Warn him what's coming. He deserves at least that.
We've left enough folk behind. We're not leaving him.
Is this the Sam of the group?
Not without me.
Oh my gosh. Whole family journey, I guess.
You sure about this, Goldie?
You go into those woods, you might never come out alive.
They might, if a trail finder were to go with them. Brandyfoot girl was right to help him. Was right all along.
Oh, finally. Finally, bro. They're not pointing blame.
You know, Malva, just once. Once. It would be grand if you weren't right all the time. Come on, otherwise we'll be here all day.
Think we'll be able to find him?
He's a bloody giant. How could we miss him?
Where are they off to now? Obviously, we know where they're going, but like, I mean, we know. Bro, you know what I mean? Jeez.
But what of our king?
Your king?
Halbert? Oh, that nigga.
Has no one informed you?
Informed me of what?
Oh, wow.
Flanders found him on the road like this, yesterday eve.
This wound needs elvish medicine.
Nigga been king for nothing, not even a day. Bill ain't bow. Keep it.
Keep it. Soldier.
Oh, I guess that's why he ain't bow. That man siding with the elves.
I failed him.
Grown too old. Too suspicious. No matter how many crests he hurls to the floor, one day this will be your kingdom. Not your brother's. Some other dwarf lord's. Yours. And mine. And together we will rule this mountain and all others before our time is done. To you and me.
She is ambitious, bro.
Day, we are going to dig.
Seal it up.
My boy, you are smart. How they don't hear that, I don't know. That word would have to reach somehow, some way. The way mountains echo, bro.
This is our land now.
More chanting, bro.
That is the name of a place that no longer exists.
Mordor. Say it.
We call it instead, Lord Father.
More chanting, bro. Mordor. Fire, bro. Fire, bro. Definitely a good season finale, bro. I like how they did the little name change at the end. Like, I wish it would have said Mordor, but I like how they like. It's like they're updating the map as we go. You know, like it was the Southlands and now it's Mordor. You know, so I'm liking it, bro. Personally, this was the best episode so far. There wasn't no action in it, sadly, but it did have a lot of meaningful steps that are setting up the future. We saw the Balrog. Obviously, we knew from the second they mentioned Moria that what was gonna happen. So we already knew the Balrog was gonna have exist. Now, what else? Regent losing her eyesight was a twist. Isildur being presumed dead, another twist. Still haven't seen Sauron. Have no idea who Sauron is, or if Adar will eventually become the new Sauron. He said he killed Sauron, so maybe he might become the replacement of Sauron. I don't know if that's even a thing, but yeah. And then we don't have any progress or update on the progress of the rings or the forging of the or the making of the forge that the rings will be created in. So that kind of sucks. Wish they would have ended us off with at least an update on that. What else? What else? Theo's character is becoming more and more likable. You know, he wasn't an unlikable character from the start, but he's becoming a warrior. And who doesn't love a warrior? A warrior, a true warrior, you know, brave at heart, making right decisions, wanting to protect his people. And it seems like he's on that path. The dwarves, during losing his title as prince, was a big shock. You would have thought they would have let his dad see all the mithril and decide to, you know, keep digging, but he didn't even take a peek at the mithril until the end, at least. And even then, he didn't really look at it. He just threw the leaf down there. So we don't know if he ever even actually looked and considered the possibilities. Or maybe he already knows what's hidden down there, and that's why he's afraid to keep digging. And he just doesn't want to tell people what they're living above and, you know, what's living beneath them. And, you know, because as a king, you know, he doesn't want to scare his people. He wants his people to stay calm. So probably he's probably just blaming the mountain. And he's probably like, you know what? Like, if we keep digging, then the mountain's going to be unstable. But the truth is that if we keep digging, we'll awaken something that doesn't want to be awakened. That's probably knowledge passed down from king to king. You know, something secretive, something that not a prince would know, but someone who, well, something someone would know once they are crowned king. You know, and it's like a king's secret. That could be a possibility. So he probably already knew the mithril existed to begin with, which is probably why he's not shocked at the finding of mithril like Durin is, or Durin the Fourth is. So that's also a possibility. Now, will Regent return with more warriors? I do believe she will. If she won't, it will probably be because the fall of Numenor. That will probably prevent her from returning with more soldiers. Or maybe she'll return with more soldiers, and then the fall of Numenor will happen, and then Gondor will form, and, you know, things like that. The Harfoots, still one of the most annoying people, group race in this show. They are becoming better with not pointing blame as fast as they usually do, and trying to kick people off the group, or just blaming the wizard for every bad thing that happens around them. You know, wizard, obviously, I do believe is Gandalf, because he's one of the only wizards we've ever seen actually hang around the hobbits. So this could all explain his relationship with them. Now, where are they going? We know they sent him off somewhere to where other humans exist, so we know they will be encountering more humans. Exactly where that place would be, will it be a place we've known before, or will it be some other unknown place on the map of the Second Age? You know, I'm excited. I feel like this was a good season finale. You know, it didn't end off on a big battle, but it had a bunch of big steps that make you want to wait for season 2. You know, and I think that was the most important part. Instead of last episode being the ending of, you know, them Numenorians coming and saving, and then ending with the volcano, like I said, I feel like this was definitely a better season finale. Again, I don't know if this is the season finale. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's kind of weird to have 7 episodes this is episode 7, right? Yeah, it's kind of weird to have 7 episodes instead of like 8 or 10. 7 episodes. It's kind of, I mean, you think about it, 7 weeks. I don't know why I said 7 weeks. I was thinking 7 days of the week, and 7 weeks just kind of slipped out. But yeah. That's about all I have to kind of relay on. Thoughts on the show, rating. If this is the season finale, rating of the show, I will give it 7 out of 10 so far. Mainly because the first couple episodes were slow and kind of boring and not feeling very Middle Earthy. Like I said in the beginning, I wasn't scratching that Middle Earth itch. So, hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, it seems to be going in the direction of Middle Earth. We're getting references to things we know, things we're familiar with. And that's, helping, obviously, with the whole Middle Earth lore and making it feel like actual Middle Earth instead of just like another fantasy show or TV. Because, the reason at the start it didn't feel like Middle Earth is because we didn't know anything. We didn't know the characters. We didn't know any of the events that were happening. The only reference we got at the beginning was the rings being formed by Celebrimbor. That was about, and the names of Galadriel and Elrond and Durin. Those are kind of the only things about it that was actual Middle Earthy about it. And now it's kind of like we're delving deeper into Middle Earth and what that is as a fantasy world. We're kind of diving deeper into, we're no longer surface level is what I'm trying to say. We're kind of deep into the lore of Middle Earth. Speaking of lore, I did watch a video of Hello Future Me, and he was talking about the last episode on how, I don't think it was the last episode, I think it was the episode before, or maybe it's the last episode, one of the previous episodes. He was talking about how Mithril was created isn't lore, and the purpose of Mithril isn't lore or something along those lines. So he was saying, he was basically saying, I hope they don't go with the lines of the elves needing Mithril to survive, but it obviously they did go with that, and so that's kind of a step away from the lore. So obviously the hardcore book fans are not going to be excited about that. But as someone who hasn't read the books, I'm glad I haven't read the books, because it helps me look at everything Lord of the Rings related with an open eye and open mind, instead of kind of closed-minded like the other book nerds look at it. And I mean, honestly, even if I did read the books, I'm not the type of person to judge and be like, well, that's not accurate. Like, I'm not stupid to the point where I point out things that aren't comic book accurate or accurate down to the last period of the books. Like, that's not in me. Like, I don't care. As long as what I'm watching is enjoyable and there's still somewhat or majority of what is supposed to be happening is happening, the main story is still canon, then that's all that really matters. The side things and the little details about it, I don't care if they change it. I wouldn't, like, you're literally finding something. You honestly, bro, if you're picking at the little things that are changed between the story, you're just being a nerd and you want something to be mad at. Literally, that's all it is. You're not enjoying it for what it is. You're just being a nerd, and the only purpose of you watching this show is to see how accurate it is to the books, and you're not trying to enjoy the show for what the show could be. And at that point, you shouldn't be watching the show. You should only be watching the show is if you actually care about the show itself. Yes, you could care about the lore and the originality of it all, and that's completely understandable. But there's some times when you need to step away from being so invested into the original and kind of just accept what's happening in front of you. Like, you could be like, oh, that's not in the original book. it's kind of weird, but I'm not mad at this route that they're going. But it's different to continue to watch the show and be like and just point out everything wrong with it that's not book accurate or canon accurate. Like, don't watch the show if you only want canon accuracy. I could have told you when they showed the trailers that or when they announced the show itself, that it wasn't going to be canon accurate, because nothing is ever canon accurate. It's not. It's like a show adaptation can't be the same adaptation of a book, because a book doesn't transfer well into a show just as well as a show doesn't transfer well into a book. Like, it just doesn't happen right. When you're reading a book, little details and things hit different. But when you're watching a show, those same details that in the book don't hit the same like they do in a show. That's why some people prefer shows, some people prefer books, aka me. I prefer shows and movies over books, simply because of the way that the show and the movie engages and catches my eye over the way a book does, And so I'm not going to sit there and watch a show expecting it to be exactly like the book down to the last period, when I know that if that was the case, this show would probably be way more boring than it already started off to be. Because, like, it just doesn't make sense to assume that it would be comic book accurate. It would be book accurate the whole way through. And like I said, the main purpose and the main goal of the story, as long as that's canon and that doesn't change, then who cares about the minute details that were never actually discussed in the books to begin with? Because we all know the Silmarillion, which is about the Second Age, doesn't cover a lot of the lore within itself. It leaves a lot to be explored to begin with. So the decisions that they make throughout the show aren't really necessarily, can be considered not canon. The Mythal thing is something I'm pretty sure that was established, so that's why I'm saying that the nerds will be heated about that. But as for like everything else that's not mentioned in the books, but like that's just added into the show for spice, or like to help the show progress, and unknown characters and stuff like that, that's nothing to be pissed about. That's nothing to complain about. That's nothing to be like, well, that's not what Tolkien would want. You don't know what Tolkien would want. You're not Tolkien. You can't say Tolkien would want. You have no say in what Tolkien would want more than what the creators of the show can say. Like, no one knows what he would want. Only Tolkien knows. Not even his son can say, my father would rather this happen, because he's not his father. At the end of the day, he's not his father. He doesn't have his father's mind. They're two completely different people. So you can't sit there trying to force down Tolkien's ideologies down people's throat when you yourself don't even know all of Tolkien's ideology. All you have is the little thin book that he wrote, and that's all you have to go off of. And there's so much more to be explored in Middle Earth in the Second Age that you can't just limit it down to that book, bro. It's impossible. And if that's the case, then the show shouldn't exist to begin with, if we're being completely honest, So, yeah, I just feel like if you're complaining about the show and your only complaint is about book accuracy, then stop watching the show. No one cares about your opinion, and stop talking. Thank you, and that's the rest of my opinion.